Okay, everyone. So all welcome to Signe, which is joining us. Do you know if Charlotte is here or?
She told me that she will be in a few seconds.
Okay. So Charlotte Ball, the other player, will be joining us in a few minutes from home. Oh, she's here. Great. Hello, Charlotte. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you for joining us, because I know it's not easy with the situation with COVID and everything. So it's very important for all the kids to be able to discuss with you. And yeah, if you are ready, we'll start by the first question by Demiana.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Demiana, you can ask your first question to Charlotte if she's ready.
Yeah.
What should I do to become a professional footballer?
Oh, really good question. So I think the most important thing about it is to always enjoy playing football. Like, it's way easier also to suffer, I don't know, when you have like a physical practice, you have to run or something. It's so much easier to just give everything if you love what you do and if you enjoy doing it. So always like be excited to go to practice and stuff, and then it's way more easier to get better faster.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot about the training. I don't know if Signe, you want to add something?
Yeah, well, first of all, hi everybody. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah, as Charlie said, I think it's really important to enjoy and to have fun. And also, I think it's important to work hard. That's always a choice you have. Maybe you don't have your best game or you make some mistakes, but you can always choose to work hard for the team and for yourself too. So have fun, enjoy, and work hard. I think that's some of the key elements.
Yeah, I guess that's a good summary. So now we will pass to the first question of Dalida.
Hi. My first question is, at what age did you notice your skills?
Should you or me, Charlie?
You can start, my friend.
Oh, that's actually a little difficult. I think when I was around 6, 7 years old, I got moved up to the team, like with older players, the team above me. And I think it was around that age I figured out that I was maybe quite good at playing football. And then later on in Denmark, I'm from Denmark, we have some like teams before I get to the national team, but like talent teams, talent trainings, which I was a part of too. So yeah, I think it's like there's not one point where I can say it was exactly here, but yeah, it was quite early, I think.
Yeah, I would say it was the same for me. Like, I started playing football when I was 5, and I was the only girl back then, so I always was with the boys out and just playing. And then one got to a club, and I just joined him for one practice, and I was doing all right, and I had a lot of fun. So I was just like going to that club, and we have in Germany, we have also like regional selections, and the first one starts at the age of 10, I think. So I got selected for that one, and then I got to skip like one age. So I was with the older girls, and I think that was the point where I was like, yeah, I'm actually quite good at this. Like, before, you were just having fun and it was not like really competition, but as soon as it got to those selections, kind of, you were like getting used to like pressure also, because you had to perform to get into those selections. But I mean, back then it was like not real pressure. Like, now as I look back, I was like, dang, they really pushed us. But back then it was more like having fun, like with all the girls. It was more like you're playing with friends, and it was not like fighting or something.
So yeah, you really felt like you were good, but when did you maybe start to feel like you can become professional player?
Should I start?
Yeah.
Cool, Charlie.
Okay, so it was actually like I don't know, I was playing in the second league in Germany when I was like about to finish school, and I was not really like looking forward to become professional. Like it was far away from me. I don't know how or why, but it was never like a big thing in my head. But then I got to have a tryout at PSG in between my written and oral exams, like my final exams. So I was gone for a week. And then they offered me the contract, like my first professional contract. And I was like, damn, like that escalated quickly, kind of, because I was not really thinking about it, and then I just got into it. So it was like a bit different. Maybe.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice story. Thanks for sharing it. Maybe you have this kind of story as well.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think in Denmark, the first national team is under 16. And when I got a part of that, it was like the time I really started to think, okay, I want to make it as far as possible with football. And I choose to move away from my family when I was 16 to move to a better team, to have the best possibilities for training well and good teammates and a good coach, etc. So I think it was like around I got a part of the youth national teams in Denmark, and also when I signed my first professional contract in Denmark when I was 15, 16 years old, and moving away from home.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the details. And thank you, Dalida, for the question. Now we're going to pass to Ajar. Can you ask your question?
Yes. What age did you start playing football?
I started when I think I've always played out in the garden with my dad and my brothers, but I think I started in a club when I was around 5, 6 years old. So I don't know if that's early. I think today the girls start even earlier, but back then I was one of the youngest. But yeah, 5, 6 years old for me. Charlie?
Yeah, exactly the same for me. So I started like playing in the kindergarten. Somebody just brought a goal and a ball, and we started playing. And then I got like quite fast to a club when I was 5. But yeah, I feel like people now they be like, I started when I was 3, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I was like able to walk properly when I was 3, but like I feel 5 is quite early as well.
And do you feel like starting early, you have an advantage to become professional players or not really?
Depends. Like I know people starting early, they quit soccer, they didn't become professionals. And I know people who start like later with like 12, 13 years old, and they are professionals. So for me, like it doesn't really matter when you start, just like your mindset and everything is way more important than the time you start.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's yeah. Thank you, Ajar, for your question. So now we're going to pass to Noof. Can you ask your question?
Which player made you like and play football?
I really like to watch Messi play. I know it's maybe an easy choice and everybody likes Messi or Ronaldo, but for me he's just like natural, and the way he handles the ball and his technique and the stuff he sees on the pitch, the passing, the finishing, the dribbling, everything. He's just natural talent and pure feeling with the ball. I think he's really inspiring and a great player.
Yes, true. As you're an attacker, you try to get inspired by what he does. So I guess for Charlotte it would be a different answer as you play goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a bit different. So for me, it's Oliver Kahn, the German goalkeeper. I am actually from the same hometown, like we were born in the same city in Germany. So I grew up watching him playing at Bayern. And it's like just maybe you would say like his technique and stuff is not the best, but just his attitude and how he acted on the pitch was like, he was crazy, and I don't know, it inspired me kind of.
Yeah, it's true. I know this player because I'm like nearly 30 years old, but I'm not sure they know him. But it's true that it was a huge legend, especially in Germany, I guess. So it's
Yeah.
a good choice. So now we'll pass to Claudine, which is the coach of the girls.
First of all, thanks for being with us today, for sharing your experience. I have questions regarding which advice you gave already once of having fun. So which advice for teenage girls do you to succeed in football without forgetting how important studies are? Which kind of advice can you give them?
Good one, Charlie, already, or you need time to think?
I think I have one. Like for me, it's always about the balance. Like you have the physical aspect, but also the mental aspect of becoming like a professional or even like performing. So you should never be like only pushing yourself, only like you can be professional like 365 days a year, or you can be professional 364 days a year and have one day off and where you can like clear your mind, which is super important. Because for me, I feel like when I'm not doing good in my head, I'm like less performing on the pitch, even though my body is the same. My head just tells me like you're not okay, and then my performance is like going down. So it's important to have a healthy body and a healthy mind.
That's a good one, Charlie. I'm completely agree with that. Also, I think it's getting better and better in football at focusing on the mental part too. But like you always focus on the physical part, the tactical part, and the technical part. But I think the mental part is really important too. And sometimes people forget that. But yeah, for me, if I will give an advice, it would be like to create good habits, like so like sleeping, eating, the way you train. If it gets like a natural part of you that you do that well with good quality, and it gets a good habit for you, it's easier yeah to do the right stuff and to to choose the right choices, sorry. So I think that's also really important. So it shouldn't be like a punishment for you to do the right stuff. You should find a way that works for you, so you're happy and you're balanced, as Charlie say, but at the same time you're ready to push and to do what it takes, and sometimes to sacrifice too.
Totally agree.
Thank you, Charlie.
Really nice. Really nice.
Thank you so much for the answer. So now we'll pass to Riam, which has a question.
Yes, I have two actually. The first question is, what aspect of training or coaching has helped you to improve as an individual? That's the first question. Do you want me to ask the two at a time or one by one?
Yeah, we'll ask after this one. So I don't know if you have an answer or if you want to rephrase.
Yeah, like I've had a mental coach for I think 3 years now, and it has helped me to push a lot and to create some good habits for myself mentally, and put like some stuff into new perspectives, and in that way like gaining the, like for me, and also when you're professional, you do everything like 100%. So if you can get like gain 1% here and 1% there, it's actually a lot of performing well on the pitch. And for me, my mental coach has helped me a lot to improve and to get the last percentages to performing on the pitch.
Okay, maybe you would have one habit to share with us.
Oh, that's complicated. It's very individual too.
Okay, no, it's fine.
But yeah.
Just okay.
Maybe I have to think a little bit about that. Maybe in the end.
Okay. Maybe Charlotte, if you want to answer also the question.
Yeah, actually, I'm also working with a mental coach for like 4 years now, and it helped me a lot. Like, I left home when I was 18 to go to Paris, and of course, like it was a huge change for me. I was like the first time living abroad, living alone, and I was like mentally, I don't know, like the mental aspect is really important for me. So I was like, what Brun said with the 1% is a lot now. I was not like knowing this. Like before, my progression was kind of fast, and then it slowed down a bit, and I was like starting to be frustrated, and I was like, why is it like this? And like you just start to question yourself. And my mental coach actually helped me a lot dealing with this, and then creating habits, like having a routine before the matches, and all this kind of stuff helped me a lot.
Yes, and also for me, like of course, for I'm an attacker, and like the finishing stuff on the pitch after training, you stay and do some finishing, crossing. I always loved that, and I enjoy it so much. And I think the fact that I love it so much and really enjoy it also like natural helped me getting better at it, and training it some extra without actually recognizing me training it extra, because I just love it so much and enjoy it. You and me, Charlie, we often
we're always there
and stuff, and I love it. So I think if you something you like, do a lot of it, so it can be like one of your strengths.
Yeah.
So it's a lot about building confidence. I feel. Okay, thank you. So
my second
question.
Yes, this last question is: we have all met that coach that affects us positively and got out the best of in us. So, who is that coach for you, and what did he or she do?
That's a really good question. Let me think. I feel like it was one of my youth coaches. Like when I was maybe 15, I was playing at the boys team and the girls team at the same time. Like it was two different clubs. Like in Germany, you're allowed to play for another club for a women's team if your boys team does not have a women's team. So I did that. And I think it was my women's team coach. Like it was his first time practicing girls, and he was a bit like, he didn't really know how to handle it at the beginning. So we kind of taught him how to deal with girls, the practice and stuff. And we were learning a lot from him. Like he was open-minded. He told us like, this is what I did with the boys. Like, if you don't want this, tell me. So it was like, we were pushing him and he was pushing us. And it was like really inspiring me, and we had a great time. And I feel like he was one of the coaches who inspired me the most.
I think for me, in my old club in Denmark, before I signed here in PSG, she was first the assistant coach, and afterwards she became the head coach. Carrie is her name. She really pushed me and the team every day in a good way. Like she wanted us to perform well and to perform our best so bad that it affected us in a positive way. She told me if I played bad, but in a way so I could use it and change it and become better next time. And she really inspired me to have the right mentality and the right to push through and to do the right stuff and to do what it takes.
Yeah, always working hard.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, Riam, for your question. So we're going back to the second question of Demiana. Yeah, can you put your microphone on? Okay, good.
I get nervous before matches. So what can I do to not get nervous before my matches?
That's a good question. If I get nervous, I just think about it's football, and it's like if I had to train, it's the same stuff you have to go out and do in games. Nobody expects you to be 10 times better than you are in training. You're on the team because of what you have performed in training. So just do what you've done in training, and that's what people expect from you. Nothing more, nothing less. So just feel like confident and believe that you can do it, because that's the reason you're on the team, for the stuff you already have done already. So I think stick to what you're good at and believe in yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Like as Brun said, you know what you can do and just believe in yourself. I also like, my mental coach gave me the advice to like visualize the good things you can do on the pitch, and only the good things. Like if you start thinking about making a mistake, stop. Like so one second. Like before the games, I would like sit on my seat in the locker room and just like be for myself and think about like possible situations during the match. And it's only about like positive situations. So if I would think about one negative situation, I would stop doing it and do something else, like stretching or something. So only think about the positive things you can do and you're gonna do on the pitch. And if you have those positive thoughts in your head, for me, like when I'm nervous, it goes away when I think about what I'm able to do, because I know I did it. I also have like some videos of practice from like good actions I did during the week or something. So I know that I'm actually capable of doing it, and that helps me a lot.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So now we're going to pass to the second question of Dalida.
Yes.
Okay.
Who is the player you watched on TV and say he or she is something special to watch?
So there was a question before, like looking a bit alike, but you say all the goalkeeper, Charlotte. So maybe you have an actual goalkeeper that you like.
I actually have one player in my like who came into my mind directly, and it's not a goalkeeper.
Okay.
It's Xavi Alonso, just because like I really loved his style of playing. It was so elegant, and it looked so easy when he was playing, and he was doing crazy stuff. I'm like, this was really inspiring me.
So Xabi Alonso, which was playing for Real Madrid a long time and his career in Munich, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you, maybe you have another one than Messi?
Yes, I think Robert Lewandowski from Bayern Munich. He's a world-class player. Really, really good attacker and like really dangerous on the crossing in the box. He owns the box and he's scoring goals from all the angles, also outside the box. And for me, he's like an all-round attacker and really, really good at what he's doing. I think he doesn't get enough credit for how good he is. It's always about Messi or Ronaldo, or now it's Mbappe.
Lewandowski is crazy.
Lewandowski, he should get more credit because he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, so he's a very, very good attacker, and we are happy that he's not playing tonight.
Yes, that's good for me.
And I hope you'll be watching the game. Thank you, Dalida, for your question. So now we'll pass to the second question of Noof. We already answered like the favorite player, so we'll pass directly to the second question of Claudine.
Yes, I think it's the same. You answered already to my second question. It was, at what age do you have to start football to hope to join a professional team?
Yeah, it's true.
The earliest you can.
Yeah, okay. So we have like now one question left, but with Demiana.
What qualities make a teammate a good team captain?
That's a good one.
When I think of a good captain, I think it's like taking the lead. And one thing is like you can say stuff to be a good captain, but for me it's even more important to show it on the pitch by your actions. Like working hard, maybe going hard in the tackles if that's what the team needs right now, or like calm the team a little bit down if everybody's stressed, or like demand more from the team if they're not playing as you want, or it depends on the situation. But for me, the actions is more important of what you say or what you talk about. For me, that's a good captain.
Yeah, you don't have to talk that much to be a good captain. I think the same, like it's more important what you show. You have to be there for the team on the pitch. I mean, you can have a bad day. Of course, everybody has bad days, but then you should not be like taking others down with you, kinda. And maybe off the pitch, it's also important, like for me, for example, at PSG, we're really international, so we have a lot of different nationalities. And our captain speaks French, Spanish, German. No, not German. I'm sorry. No German, but French, English, Spanish. So she can communicate with everybody, which is also important for me to like have somebody I can talk to when I have a problem. I trust her like 100%, and that's also important.
Yes, I think it's really important that you feel like you can come to the captain and tell her if you have something you wanted to change, or if it can be anything, but that you feel safe to going to the captain and talk, and don't like it. If you hold back to the captain, that's not a good sign, because the captain should be among everybody, like the young players, the old players, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I feel like we covered all the questions. So thanks again to both of you for taking a few minutes, and I hope you listened to everything and it made you good advice for keep practicing and be confident when you play game, and yeah, work hard is the main thing, and of course don't forget the studies. It's always important, but be focused on the field when you're on the field, and be focused in your studies when you're in school, and that's the main thing we will remember of this. So thanks again everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.
Goodbye.